Boy, do I have some interesting Funko Pop news for you. A few of these have to do with new movies coming out this summer, and other ones are just like cool things that I found recently. And the first thing that I want to talk about is Jurassic World Rebirth, because photos of the Pops have started to surface online. And now before I show you any of these pictures, if you're unaware, in this new movie, they're actually merging a bunch of different dinosaurs together. It's a thing that they've actually never done for the franchise. And so we've got some cool stuff here, like the Titanosaurus, which appears to be a regular size figure. It's a little bit hard to tell with the scale of the photo. It might also be a 6-inch, but usually the 6-inch ones are a little bit squarer. I'm gonna say it's a regular size Pop. Also, if you're wondering why they're a little bit low quality, it's because these are the only photos we have of these figures so far. And anyways, the next one we have here as the Aquilops, Aquilops? I'm not exactly sure, but anyways, this one is a really funny dinosaur, and I like the way it's kind of like crawling. It also appears to come in a sideways box. After that, though, everybody, we have the Quetzalcoatlus. I really hope I'm pronouncing these right, because I'm going to be honest with you, these are almost all brand new dinosaurs we've never got as Pops, so I haven't really had time to, like, practice the names, you know? The other ones I've known for years. Quetzalcoatlus, maybe. We're going to go with that for today. It's still rough, though. And actually, now that I'm looking at this one here, it might even be the first time we've got a flying dinosaur as a Pop, because you can kind of see the wings on the sides and how it's kind of like walking around at the moment. I don't know. It's really neat though. I'm a big fan of it. And now this one I do know, everyone, because it is the Mosasaurus. A really fun figure, especially because they made him look like he's actually swimming. And another thing that I love about the Mosasaurus is that you could actually find it in Funko Fusion, where it was swimming around in the water. So it's cool that we finally have an actual Pop for this dinosaur. And now that's not where it ends, because we also have the D-Rex, which is like a brand new T-Rex hybrid thing. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but I love how it looks. And does he only have three legs, or am I missing the fourth one? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because it looks like there's 3 legs on this. I don't see the fourth. Maybe I'm just confused, or maybe like his left one is on the ground. Either way, it's a weird looking Pop, and I'm definitely gonna pick it up. I know that's all the leaks that we had of actual like physical shots of figures, but there was one more, because Dr. Pepper put up an entire Jurassic World Rebirth like actual page on their website, because apparently there's gonna be Jurassic World Dr. Pepper cans with all different dinosaurs throughout them. I know a lot of people collect cans, so it's pretty cool to see. And anyways, there were some photos on the website of other products, and one of them was the Spinosaurus. Just kind of hidden in with the rest of the stuff, but another Funko Pop that we have never seen before. And I'm wondering if this is gonna have to go along with the Dr. Pepper like collaboration they're doing, because they've done it in the past with Lil Sweet, where you actually had to buy Dr. Peppers to get him. Wouldn't it be so cool if the only way that you could get the Spinosaurus was through the Dr. Pepper website? I would definitely have to try and get one of those. Now let's get into some Biddy news, because this is a really interesting one. And if you guys don't know, Funko is coming out with Biddy boxes. It's almost like Polly Pockets, but for, you know, the little Biddy Pops. And we have finally got our first shot of one of them in the wild. This is coming in from Tiny Toys Diaries. And if you look here, we've actually got the Lilo's home set. And there's some really great details that I've never seen on this before, like how evil Stitch is, as well as like the monster on the TV. Do you remember when Stitch was actually like watching that old like horror film? Or I guess it was more of like a, you know, a monster movie, and then he pretends to be Godzilla walking through a tiny city. There's also surfboards, pictures, and I see like a Pop version of Lilo. Some really amazing stuff. And I think it is so cool that these are going to be coming really, really soon. Because I remember seeing these over at Toy Fair in New York, and it was really cool to see like the first versions of them. But now that it's complete and they're all in box, I cannot wait to pick them up. Now I actually have one specific Pop to talk about next, and that one is going to be the Luffy Marineford Memorial, because it's going to be a Funko Shop exclusive coming soon. But for some reason here in Canada, it has shown up at GameStop early. So everybody, we have got a first look at this bad boy right here. It is such an amazing figure. I love that he's got the hat on his chest, as well as all the bandages. Like, Funko really did an amazing job with that. If you want to see the figure a little bit closer up, here he is. And if I turn him to the side, you'll see it says 3D2Y on his arm. Like, there is so many little things that they included on this that I am just really loving. He also also has the 3D crossed out, and then it just has the 2Y underneath, and I feel like that's kind of like a hidden thing that you wouldn't see unless you took them out of the box, because they don't really advertise it anywhere on the figure. It also looks like this is a new updated head with like kind of messy hair, which is something we have never seen before for Luffy. Actually, now that I think about it, is there a Luffy with his hat off? I don't know if there is, and I might be completely wrong about that, but I can't think of a time where he doesn't have the hat on. And no, look, there probably is another figure that I'm just blanking on, but for now, we're gonna say this is the first one. And if you guys are wondering about the backside, nothing else is here. It's just the one and then the logo. Moving on, though, for all of my Poppy's Playtime fans, we are officially getting Funko products for the games. This is an interesting one, too, because I found an article done by Yahoo Finance where they talked about it releasing fall of 2026. So there's still a little bit of time till any of this comes out. But while I was reading through this here, it says there will be stylized vinyl figures, which is of course going to be Pop, but we're also getting Bitty Pop, Mystery Minis, and more. Now what I'm guessing that means is there's probably going to be like plush, maybe they'll even do action figures. Like there's nothing exactly confirmed here on that, but if they say and more, I'm guessing it's going to be similar to like what they did for Five Nights at Freddy's. So they did their very own action figures and, like I said, plush. And I would love to see all of that, and I feel like you guys would really enjoy it too. If you're a Poppy's Playtime fan, getting more products is something you really can't complain about. Oh, and then it also says here, we're thrilled to bring our signature Funko Pop flair to the iconic world of Poppy's Playtime. Said Jason Bischoff. I know Jason! He's been featured on the channel many times, like whenever we go to conventions. For example, he was in our New York Comic Con video. And so anyways, that's pretty much all the information we have so far, because it is very early in development, it sounds like, because it's not going to be coming out till next year. They've got months to work on it. I'm sure they're just talking about it now to get everybody hyped up, because I mean, hey, I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm sure we're going to be getting a bunch of figures, so let me know in the comments who you would want to see the most, because I'm sure there is a lot of them. Okay, now we have that other movie that maybe is kind of being spoiled a little bit, but here's the thing. They announced these officially, so I have a feeling that Marvel 1000% approved this, so there's not really anything that they're doing wrong. It's just, it's the first time we've seen one of these characters. And actually, a few of them pretty well. Like, I feel like in the trailer, you don't see them too much. Anyways, let me just get into this here. It is Fantastic Four's first steps. We got to see all of the figures that are going to be releasing for this one. So we have the Mr. Fantastic here, where he's got his like stretched out arm, and of course it's Pedro Pascal's head because it is Pedro Pascal. Then everybody, we have the Human Torch, and what I love about that one is that he actually has like the flaming suit that's completely red. It's got some great detail. The Thing, and just to let you know, all three of these figures so far are ones that we have seen in the trailer pretty well. Like there's no real spoilers going on here, even with that exclusive version of The Thing where he's in disguise, we see that too. But now for these next couple here, this is where we're getting a little bit into like, we haven't really seen this too well, so it's kind of like a first look, even though it is very stylized because they are Pops. So anyways, we have the Super Galactus, and if you guys don't know why it says Super Galactus, it's just because it's a 6-inch figure. It's not like a super version of him. But if I'm gonna be honest here, I think it may be the first time we've seen this suit so well, because it's got like all of the details on it. You can see the maroon colors. I'm trying to think, like in the trailer, I feel like all we really saw was like a giant silhouette of him, maybe a little bit better than that, but definitely not a full body shot. Another one that we've got to talk about here is Silver Surfer, because it's one of the first times Silver Surfer has ever been female, and I know that this happens in the comics, but I mean like, you know, live action in a movie like this, or at least this is the first time I could ever think of. And I gotta say, she's looking pretty good. I'm liking the actual Pop for this one, so I'm hoping she looks really good when we see her in the movie, because I know we do get to see the Silver Surfer a little bit, but not great. So to actually have like, you know, like no shadows, but it is of course like a popified version of her, so she's got a much bigger head, but still, it's looking good. I like how they also made her floating and kind of like turning too. I think that's a pretty cool move. And then everybody, the reason that we're really talking about this one today is the, well, Invisible Woman and Franklin. So I don't know, like here's the thing, if you've just seen the movies, I feel like you wouldn't have known the baby's name, I don't think. But if you've read the comics, I'm sure Franklin is not new, but he's new for us seeing this movie, and it's of course called Fantastic Four First Steps, so I feel like you knew there was going to be some sort of baby involved, especially with the way that they talk in the trailer. I've got to say, though, the Invisible Woman is looking really great. I love how they actually have, like, her hand with the bubble around it. I think that is so cool, and I think her other hand is also kind of translucent. It looks like it. And then taking a look at Franklin, it is the first time we've ever seen him. And now, of course, it's not too detailed because this is just a pop. So, like, it's got the big head, the little body, but it'll be interesting to see how Franklin comes into play in the movie because I feel like that's a pretty big deal. Also, I know that some people were saying that it's interesting because Franklin is, like, older now. Like, he's not a newborn baby. He's got hair. And of course, like I said, it's hard to tell with the pop. But it seems like, I would guess here, he's got to be at least close to a year, maybe a year and a half old. So is there a time jump in this movie? When does it take place after Thunderbolts? Like, it's kind of a lot. Like, it's not just the fact that we're seeing the baby. But anyways, everybody, that is pretty much all that I have for you today. And we had some pretty interesting news to talk about. The dinosaurs, and if I'm going to be honest, when it comes to those, I feel like the big thing that we didn't know about was maybe the names for some of them. Because a lot of these dinosaurs are hybrids, I'm sure there's a couple names that we've just never seen before written down. Because the names on the pops are definitely something unique. And when it comes to all of the other stuff, I cannot wait for you guys to be able to pick up the Luffy, me to be able to get my Biddy boxes, as well as the Biddy City coming soon. Oh, I didn't even talk about that. Anyways, we'll get into that in the future because I'm sure Biddy City will be releasing before we even know it. Really quickly though, if you guys don't know, there's a bunch of packs coming out so you can put all of your Biddy Pop towns and rides together. I cannot wait for those. But seriously though, everybody, that is everything. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow!